Alright, so hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the new best guns in Phantom Forces, and you got to keep in mind this is in the test play. So if you haven't seen my test place ranking videos, there's two of those videos and those are very important to watch because they cover everything. But today I'm going to be talking about some of the guns that I think will be the new meta after the update comes out. So make sure to subscribe if you're new and comment your favorite one of these guns down below. Please actually check if you're subscribed because a lot of people aren't. Literally the least situational awareness of all time. Our first gun is actually going to be the Type 20. So you're probably wondering, what did they do to the Type 20? Basically, they made it have a really good torso multiplier, which makes it one of the few assault rifles in the entire game right now that can 4-hit kill torso at any range. And as you can probably tell, it makes it great now. It could technically 4-hit kill torso before, but that required all 4 of its shots to be torso shots. Now it's going to do about 26.4 damage to the torso, which means you don't have to hit only torso shots, because before it did about 25 to the torso, which meant you have to hit 4 torsos in a row, which is kind of difficult. And this gun is actually insane now. It is so good. They also buffed the integral suppressor, and the integral suppressor is insane now. Like, it does some good damage, as you can see. Not great damage at long range, but it's really good overall. The Type 20 has gotten a few rebalances to make it a little bit better than it was before, but now with its 4-hit kill at range and its integral suppressor, I think we're going to see this actually in the meta. It doesn't shoot super fast, but the damage is very consistent. The recoil is very good. The velocity is really good. You can still use 223 and have a 5-hit kill at long range. So if you want the lower recoil, it's still really good. But next up, we have a secondary that I was absolutely loving, which is actually the new version of the Scorpion. Scorpion doesn't do as good damage as it did before. 5x18 is decent, but not that great. Rubber bullets is decent for very close range and not much else. But Rat Shot has become absolutely insane. Basically, all they did to Rat Shot was they gave it an extra pellet. Not better spread, not better damage necessarily. However, this change allows it to do about 60 damage a shot if every pellet hits. Sure, it's only got 10 rounds, but it's a shotgun secondary that's full auto, has 850 RPM, and can kill with 2 shots. It's really good. If you didn't watch my second update ranking video, I recommend you check that out because I got like a 12 kill multi with this gun. It is really good, and it is very no skill to use. Like any automatic shotgun, it's going to be really good. It does 65 to the body and does 91 to the head. Keep in mind that's with every pellet hitting, which isn't going to happen all the time. I feel like it's kind of balanced, but at the same time, I could see this being a really good close range secondary, and I honestly might switch over to it after the update. It falls off extremely hard, harder than like any other pistol and even other shotguns in the game, but it's fun. 10 bullets is a pretty big downside, but you don't have to really aim too much, which I really find helpful. And rubber bullets is okay on this gun. It's super loud. If you want to be able to 3-hit kill a gun on your Scorpion, you could use rubber bullets, but they do 10 damage at long range. And for me, I may as well just go all the way and get that shotgun conversion. But the Scorpion does have better recoil now, so Rat Shot is overall really good now. I really like it. A gun that's always been pretty good, but now has become insane is the WA2000. I just realized the WA2K can no longer torso kill. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. But yeah, the WA2K now has 180 RPM, but you have to go for headshots. But if you want to be able to torso kill and have 100 RPM, it has its new 7.5 conversion. And also they've reworked the reload and it feels so much faster. The overall gun feels so much better now. And the empty reload is so cool. Look at this empty reload. It's great. So if you want 180 RPM and to go for headshots, then it's really, really good. It can headshot kill at any range and has really high velocity. And if you want to have a torso killing gun that still has 100 RPM and can still one-shot to the head at any range and 2-hit kill to limbs at any range, this is essentially a buff to the WA2K and a rebalance to its default ammo. I feel like the WA2K was already extremely good, but now it's kind of better. At least it doesn't have that 300 Win Mag, which was just like super broken. Now there's a reason to use either ammo type, but this 7.5 conversion kind of feels like it's overall going to be better than the old 300 Win Mag because it can still headshot kill and still does good damage at range and still has good velocity. It just can't torso kill as far. But actually right there, that was our next gun that I'm going to talk about. This might not be super broken, but I don't know at the same time because the USAS 12 got a buff. This is honestly a pretty weird move from Stylus because the USAS is already a super controversial gun, but they gave it better recoil and they gave it better damage. It only does 1 more damage. However, that actually allows it to kill with 5 pellets instead of 6. So you're going to actually be able to one-tap more, and you're going to be more accurate while doing it. The spread is still really, really bad, but it's still going to be an auto shotgun, and it's a straight-up direct upgrade to the gun, which is extremely weird. I don't understand. I never thought the USAS was good. I always thought it was pretty trash, but it's an auto shotgun, so it shouldn't be too good, because the advantage of it is that it's an automatic shotgun. It doesn't really matter. Like this rank 11, he can still get kills because he has an A of 12. You don't have to aim. It's a shotgun that just shoots for you. So making it good at anything really is a bad idea, especially for this game, because people will abuse every gun in this game if it's a little bit too good. And now the USAS is just even better. It's actually kind of scary. I feel like the USAS should get better damage with semi-auto conversion and not have this 20 damage. And the recoil wasn't like a problem because of the spread being so high. That recoil didn't really matter, but the recoil was cool. And now the recoil is pretty not that much, you know, like it's there, but I don't know why an auto shotgun with 450 RPM wouldn't have like the most recoil you've ever seen, you know? It's got like M3A1 RPM, but it's shooting a 12 gauge, which if you've never fired a 12 gauge, it's actually got quite a bit of recoil. They also changed how slugs work on this gun, which is pretty weird as well. Now they don't lose as much damage over range, which makes them kinda pretty powerful. They can one-shot to the head, they can two-shot to the limbs. They only got 450 RPM though, so I mean slugs are not really that great, but they don't fall off as hard. In fact, they do 39 damage over range, which is really good. If you run slugs on the USAS, you actually are gonna see that this doesn't really fall off that much, especially with the recoil. In fact, slugs on the USAS actually has become somewhat viable. It's pretty scary. I mean, it's not like a shotgun, so it's actually a little bit more skill, but the recoil being lower, I don't know, man. Like this actually can hit its shots, and it's scary. Also, they changed the sound effect. It's super loud, which is why I was running a suppressor, but it's pretty cool sounding, I'm not gonna lie. The center alt aim on the USAS is like super cool. I don't know why. Like, look at this. It's cool. Probably not best to use it with slugs because that takes aim, but apparently it doesn't. Hold on. Okay, let's go. The changes to the DT11 Pro have been pretty weird. I've seen a lot of hate over them, but I think they're really good. Here's the thing, the USAS now has a ton of pellets and very little spread. It doesn't have a lot of room for missing, but if you hit your shot, it is extremely powerful. And the sawed-off barrel is really, really good. It does even more damage than it did before and has more pellets, but spread on the sawed-off version of it is actually really trash. So it's going to be only for very close range, which I don't really have a problem with. It feels like such a better version of the actual sawed-off secondary one, and I really wish that they would actually take some advice from themselves and actually, you know, add that. Oh, okay. Probably one of the greatest players I have ever met in this entire game, dude. But yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how the rework has changed this gun. I actually really like it. It could be broken, we'll have to see, but I think it's a really good idea to make this more of a higher skill gun, quote unquote, but I don't know. If you run the sawed-off barrel, you're gonna have to be basically exclusively in CQC. Then we have the FT300 Reword, which the FT300 has not been that great recently, but with the absolutely crazy changes to 7.5mm and how marksman kit on the gun works, if you run the integral suppressor or the light barrel and 7.5mm with the one-shot conversion, you actually get an over 150 stun torso kill range, but you only get one bullet, but the reload is really fast. Also, this is loud. Also, the handling with the light barrel and the one-shot conversion is really good. Like, look at that aim spin, man. If you want to be precise and always one-tap, this is really good. It's got a farther torso kill with this setup than the intervention. With the intervention receiving a bit of a smaller nerf, we might be seeing this in the meta, probably more with marksman kit than without, because people don't really like the one-shot snipers, but I really do like the one-shot sniper rifle FT300, and I like the BFG as well. I don't think the BFG is that good, but this is actually really fast, and now since you have a better torso killing range if you're running the one-shot conversion, there's a reason to not be running marksman kit, which is really cool because that wasn't really a thing before. Marksman kit was basically just like the thing that you had to pre-buy to make the gun pretty good. The new version of the Scar Hammer is absolutely insane, not just in terms of being good, but I really like this. Basically, the Scar Hammer, if you didn't know, has a ramp up now, which means it starts by firing kind of slow. If you start shooting, it shoots kind of slow, but it speeds up by quite a bit. The normal Scar Hammer is okay with the ramp up. It is very, very good, but the starting RPM isn't that great, so the time to kill in close range, if you're not firing for a long time, isn't going to be that great. But if you're using 9mm, it has a faster starting RPM, and since the Scar Hammer is no longer able to 3-hit kill to the torso with the default ammo, both 9mm and default ammo will be a 4-hit kill, which means you may as well kind of use 9mm and get that 100 bullets, which is really fun. So yeah, for close range, this gun is extremely powerful. For longer ranges, if you spray for longer, you're gonna have some crazy fire rate, over 800, which is really, really good for having 100 bullets in this low recoil. I really like how this new ramp up actually turned out, and I feel like this version of it might be a little bit too broken, but we will have to see, I guess. The last up, of course, we have the M16A1. The M16A1 is the newest gun added to the game, and it basically takes, you know, an M16A3 and gives it a little bit more RPM. It has a 20 round mag, but the reload is extremely fast, and I really love using this gun. It's been really fun for that little bit that's been in the game. Then you have M855, which will allow your gun to 2 hit kill head, 3 hit kill body, have really high velocity, and you get a 30 round mag and still a really quick reload, while you do have more recoil and less fire rate. But this is going to be a really good conversion. This will be probably the sweat setup on the gun once it actually hits main game. It's not going to be that great outside of close range, but the 3 hit kill range, the 2 hit kill head range, and the reload time and the RPM, it's going to be really good for close range because of all of those things. And it's just a really fun gun. I really like it. It has the older M16 reloads, which I really liked more, like just this one where you just put the mag in. Keep in mind that all of these guns are subject to change, so we might see some different metas in the future after they do some rebalancing. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.